government, I can't go and make a fresh set of promises. I have to first tell the people, these are the promises I made 5 years back, how many of those I have fulfilled, and how many have been left untouched. But I do want to spend a minute talking about a third player in the fray. And you have to understand that what is the third player the Trinamool Congress doing here? It is doing exactly what it did in Goa. Wherever the BJP is in trouble, there are a few parties, and Trinamool seems to be one of them, which comes to do the rescue act. But the reality is that the Trinamool Congress is an outsider in Meghalaya. It doesn't understand the electorate, it doesn't understand the culture. It is as much of an outsider as anybody can be. And so, instead of letting them do the rescue act for the BJP, I'm sure the people of Meghalaya will teach them a lesson. Last but not the least, I want to touch upon a few factors that are very disturbing and that should be brought to the notice of the people. I'm sure this is under consideration already. In India today, there are various parts of this country, and every day, whether it's on social media or maybe some sections of brave media like yourselves, they report on these things. Every day there is an attack against a church. Every day a man is lynched because of the religion he professes. Every day minorities are under target. And why is that so? This brute majoritarian government has put law and order and good governance at complete bay. What explains the fact that on Christmas Day, whether it is Madhya Pradesh ruled by the BJP or whether it is Uttar Pradesh ruled by the BJP, what explains the fact that on Christmas Day, statues of our Lord Jesus Christ are going to be vandalized? What explains the fact that young couples will be beaten up by the goons of Bajrang Dal, supported and under patronage of the BJP in Karnataka? What explains the fact that the government is very sinister and wants Christians out of the tribe lists? What explains the fact that the sixth schedule of our constitution, which guarantees protection to the indigenous tribes of Meghalaya, is under threat? And I think Meghalaya will have to wake up to the consequences of what this can really do. Meghalaya will wake up to the consequences of this imposition of one thought, one culture on the rest of this country. I belong to Uttar Pradesh and you belong to Shillong. But I think both of us are very different and yet we are very similar. And it is in our difference, it is in our diversity that India prospers and India thrives and India blooms. But to deny us our diversity, to divide us on the basis of how we look, what we wear, who we marry, who we love, what we eat, and who we pray before, or what language do we speak, the BJP has set a very sinister, a very dangerous plot in motion. And that will distort cultures in places like Meghalaya. That will distort the independence of practicing religion and culture in places like Meghalaya. And I think Meghalaya needs to wake up to the reality of something like that happening. I will go back to talking about the big legs of our campaign, because we don't believe in jumlas. When elected, 5 years later, we will go to the people with the report card and tell them this is what we have done, assess us on this, and of the many things, making Meghalaya corruption free. And corruption has been the great Meghalaya loot, if I may call it. From Assembly Dome collapse scam to the 860 crore COVID scam to the 500 crore Luda scam to the 650 crore illegal coal scam to the 149 crore Saubhagya scam to the 50 lakh rice scam to the excise bond cartelization scam to the casino scam to the friends and family of government contract scam and to the police purchase scam. These are 10 big scams, and this government is tainted, it is saddled with charges of corruption, and they have to come out clean. But it will not happen under their watch. The people of this beautiful state of Meghalaya will show them out and eventually vote in a government that really talks about them, their prosperity, good, clean governance. I'm happy to take some of your questions, please.